Hello and welcome to A Mindful Moment. I'm Justin Epstein, author of the top-selling book Super You and minister of the Unity Center of New York City. We're continuing our study of Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. I want to share with you a quote on page 21 at the bottom. Someone asked the question, "You say that an emotion is the mind's reflection in the body. But sometimes there's a conflict between the two. The mind says no, while the emotion says yes, or the other way around." You ever have that experience? The mind and the emotions don't always match. So here's Tolle's answer. If you really want to know your mind, the body will always give you a truthful reflection. So look at the emotion, or rather feel it in your body. If there's an apparent conflict between them, the thought will be the lie. The emotion will be the truth. Not the ultimate truth of who you are, but the relative truth of your state of mind at that time. So always look at the emotion because the thought preceded the emotion. The emotion is in your body because there were thoughts that preceded it. Or, as we'll see in a moment, it could be something unconscious trying to come to the surface. So trust your emotion. He continues. Conflict between surface thoughts and unconscious mental processes is certainly common. You may not yet be able to bring your unconscious mind activity into awareness as thoughts, but it will always be reflected in the body as an emotion, and of this you can become aware. So you may not know the exact thoughts that are unconscious, but you will experience the feelings in your body of the stuff that's unconscious. To watch an emotion in this way is basically the same as listening to or watching a thought, which I described earlier. The only difference is that while a thought is in your head, an emotion has a strong physical component and so is primarily felt in the body. I underline these next few sentences. You can then allow the emotion to be there without being controlled by it. So let me finish what he says. You no longer are the emotion. You are the watcher, the observing presence. If you practice this, all that is unconscious in you will be brought into the light of consciousness. So if we're just acting out of emotion, then we are the emotion. But if we can stand back and actually feel the emotion, now we're not the emotion. We're observing the emotion. I mean, let's face it, we're never the emotion. But the point is, you're not lost in it. You're watching it. There's the emotion you're feeling in your body, and there's you observing or witnessing it. That's what he's talking about. And as you let yourself do that, then you're making the unconscious conscious. And this really is how we heal the unconscious. When the emotions surface, we let ourselves observe, witness, feel them. So another question. So observing our emotions is as important as observing our thoughts? Yes. Make it a habit to ask yourself, what's going on inside me at this moment? I'm going to repeat that. What's going on inside me at this moment? You might want to put that on a little index card or on your phone or somewhere to remind you to ask that question. That question will point you in the right direction. But don't analyze, just watch. Focus your attention within. So don't analyze what comes up, just observe what's going on inside of you. That's enough. You don't have to perform psychoanalysis on yourself. Just observe what's going on inside of you. That's a lot. Feel the energy of the emotion. If there is no emotion present, take your attention more deeply into the inner energy field of your body. It is the doorway into being. So ask yourself, what's going on inside me at this moment? You might want to ask yourself that right now. By the way, there's no earthquake. I just shook the table. there's what's going on inside me right now? What's going on inside you right now? Just observe it. Don't analyze it. And as he says, if there's nothing, if you don't feel anything, then just be present for a moment, and it'll take you deeper into yourself, which is the doorway into being. So, some very interesting stuff here, right? And some very practical stuff. So I appreciate you joining me today for a mindful moment, and I'll see you next time for another mindful moment. See you then. Thank you for joining me for a mindful moment. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more mindful moments as they go live. Click above for a list of previous mindful moments to enjoy on your own time, anytime.